I'll do better. And the thing is, he did.
Devil's Reject.
And that would be The Devil's Rejects, which is, I think, inarguably his one great movie that he had in him. And I will go on record and say I personally consider Devil's Rejects to be a great horror movie. It's incredibly successfully realized for what it is.
But the pancake scene, that was that other movie.
Pancakes, that was in that was in Eli Roth, and that was
another
Cabin
movie.
Fever.
Yeah, that movie was messed up.
Yeah,
'cause he actually had like the flesh disease or whatever.
Yeah, again, kind of this sort of movie where they were kind of making it up as they went, and it kind of shows a little bit. But Devil's Rejects is incredibly focused, and what he basically did was take all of the stuff that did work in House of a Thousand Corpses, strip out all the stuff that didn't, to the extent that he even had filmed a scene with the Dr. Satan character from House of a Thousand Corpses, who's like this weird sort of science fiction-y bug man demon doctor thing. But the tone that he was going for in Devil's Rejects was so much more like a dark and dirty, like horror western, as much as anything, that didn't work. And when he was watching the dailies, he realized, like, okay, Dr. Satan doesn't work in this movie. He was okay in that other one, but in this one, I think he said it was like putting Chewbacca in the movie. It just didn't work. And he had the good sense and restraint to cut it out and say, like, all right, this doesn't work. Get rid of it. Just keep the stuff that does. So what you end up with is this incredibly tense, cruel, mean-spirited, but still strangely emotionally moving horror movie that's about the same characters, but they're much more grounded. They make more sense, and they're not nearly as like carnival, Barker over the top.
So Dr. Satan's in the Rejects.
Well, he was going to be. They filmed a scene, and then they realized it just straight up didn't work because it was way too cartoony and over the top.
They put him in one of them, though. I remember seeing him.
Yeah, he's in House of a Thousand Corpses. That's
but
what I'm
not in
saying.
the sequel. Yeah.
So he worked in House of a Thousand Corpses because that movie's like a carnival funhouse. Devil's Rejects is trying to be a much more serious movie, and it succeeds at being that. And it's a lot more.
He wouldn't have worked in the other one.
No, that's why they cut him out. Which tells you that Zombie understood, like, okay, this isn't working. Let me just start over, take that out, and do something that works. And it's a much more interesting movie that's basically tackles actually some weighty issues, like, what is the cost of vengeance? Because you have this cop character whose brother was the Tom Tallis character in the first one who gets killed. His brother is like goes full vigilante, and he's supposed to be a cop, but he decides, screw that, I'm just going to kill these guys. And so he like hires some assassins to like track them down, and it becomes actually very tense at the end because he matches them up fairly evenly. So like this family of inbred killer hicks that he gave total advantage to in the first movie, he allows them to be brutalized and tortured themselves in this one, which puts a really interesting flip on it.
But it's a prequel, so technically
it's a sequel.
It's a sequel.
It's a canonical sequel.
I thought it was. It's not a prequel. So
No.
so in the second one they actually.
That's
the
why
end of
the ending of the second movie is so pitch perfect, because it's like it's the only ending you could really do with these characters. No spoilers. It's in case you have any interest in tracking it down. I highly recommend it. But yeah, it's a much more interesting and successfully realized movie.